Silver Surfer sucks. Hey guys, Jason the X from SCNS Live, here with a video review of the Fall of Cybertron Transformers Generation Autobot Blaster. And yeah, he is a communications truck just like, well, Soundwave was. In fact, he's not exactly a straight repaint. He does have a couple of remolds, of course a new head, but we'll get into that in a second. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box here. You got some nice artwork of Blaster right there. And Steeljaw, who does come included, and there's a little thing I gotta add about Steeljaw. We'll get to that in a second. It was my fault. There's all of his minions on the side. If you watch my data disc review, you could have seen all those guys. But there is your bio for Blaster. And of course, there's a look at Steeljaw. I wonder why I'll put that up there. Anyway, and of course the technical specs. And the auto eject, but if you saw my Soundwave review, you saw how well that works some of the time. Anyway, moving on. Yes, this is Blaster, and just let's get this out there right now. The Soundwave came with some translucent wheels, and they were molded differently. These are different. These actually have kind of like a slight Autobot symbol there. If you look kind of squint a little bit, yeah, you know, it's there. Of course, yeah. And honestly, these colors, ooh, well, I don't know why that's doing that. These colors don't really work with this truck. They're kind of like gray back here, and then Soundwave's colors work a lot better. Of course, they have different weapons, each color different. And he's much more plain. I don't dig that too much. He's got a little paint up front here, and they actually put some silver on here instead of just the gray plastic. And of course, these windshield areas are remolded to look like their respective chest pieces of their originals. So, yeah, there's that, and we'll get into some of the other comparisons in robot mode in just a second. Get this guy out of the way so I can actually do the review. For another comparison, here he is with my G1 Blaster. Yes, pull this guy out, but unfortunately I couldn't find any of my tapes. I'm not sure where they've gone, but I couldn't find them for this review, so no Autobot tapes. Anyway, yeah, so that's... Anyway, I'm going to get these guys transformed, come back and show you the comparisons in robot mode. Okay, we're back and at a different angle, and now we're going to go ahead and do the transformation. I wasn't going to show this because, well, we've seen it before. There's a problem. That thing just pops open like nothing. Anyway, slide that forward, bring the legs down, pull the feet out, rotate this part, and these guys are pretty simple, but we saw this transformation with Soundwave, so we're not going to rehash it. Snap it from the back, peg it in there, pretty much got the legs, unfold these arms. I like to bring this down, go ahead and push it in. I'm sorry, I'm totally getting all this off the camera, so like I said, we've seen this before, so anyway, push that in. Yeah, we're going to show that gimmick in a little bit. I wonder how that's going to work. Bring the wheels back. Unfold this part. Sorry if I'm just rushing through this. We've seen this review. Well, we've seen this transformation. It's pretty much exactly the same. No variations whatsoever. And then bring the fists out. And there you have Blaster in his robot mode. And I like that they included the pointer finger is ready to push his cassette release button down. Or I guess it wouldn't really be a cassette right now. Go ahead, I didn't get a shot of his weapon, but there it is. And I was going to compare it to the original. Yes, he got downsized. Woo, look at that. It is a good representation, but it is significantly smaller. It's very kind of faithful to the design with the, you know, stock back here, kind of extended, the scope, so not bad. And you can fit that right into his hand. He has the same articulation that Soundwave had, a little bit down here, nice ratchety joints, and you got the hip joints that go out, no waist articulation at the bicep, go out, get a full 90 up there, and more clicky ratchety joints. But He does have this remolded chest, which I do dig that. I like how they actually put stuff behind there for you to see, just like with Soundwave. And he has a new head mold, and he's got that grin. I love this blaster face here. I do. He's got that kind of like, hey, you know. Anyway. So yeah, he is a cool figure. If you like Blaster, I recommend getting him. But anyway, here is a comparison with his counterpart, or arch nemesis if you would, Soundwave. And he does still have the hole up here to fit his weapon. Just thought I'd mention that. But yeah, you see the differences between the two. Not too much. You got the different head, different weapon, and different chests, and different wheels, and of course, different paint. So it is what it is. It's a repaint. Well, it's got different paint too. He's got a whole different scheme. The paint scheme works better in this mode, of course, because it is more reminiscent of this. Well, that's quite the size disadvantage. Let me bring this up to the original G1 Blaster. So yeah, we'll just get rid of that, and we'll just bring this over. It's kind of a snug fit, but it works. Oh yeah, baby! It's too big for him to bend his arm. Okay, alright. One last accessory, and ooh, that is a snug fit. I won't be doing that again. And we'll just go ahead and get this out of the way. Yes, he does come with Steeljaw, and the reason I've waited so long to talk about Steeljaw is because I actually don't. I'm missing a piece to Steeljaw. I have children. I let them play with my things, and I think they may have dropped a piece. But we will go ahead and do the gimmick. You just push that down. Yes, this chest pops open, and there's Steeljaw. And you push this, and nothing happens. And it's not because he's missing a leg. That happened to begin with. Yeah, you can see he's missing his forepaw. I don't know where it is. I think one of my kids might have gotten a hold of it, but hey. Anyway, same gimmick. You just pop it open. And he's pretty much a repaint of Ravage. And if you saw the data disc review from the Decepticons, I didn't like Ravage, because Steeljaw is pretty much just a repaint of him. And he's having problems standing because he's missing a leg. And honestly, I don't really feel that bad about it. So, yeah, as you can see, it is missing. I'm sorry, guys. I normally try to get these out the door as fast as possible, but it's been a while since I found the other data disc. But he is a nice. He's got a nice head mold. They did do that, but he's still that same Ravage body, and yeah, that, just like that. I didn't like this on Ravage. So I don't really feel that bad about wherever this thing is, wherever it is. So anyway, that is Steeljaw, and sorry about the missing piece, but it is what it is. But anyway, this has been the Transformers Fall of Cybertron Voyager Class Blaster review. I'm Jason the X for SCNSLive.com. Check us out. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.